Chapter 99, Entering the Inner Sect, Attribute Upgrade, Super Spiritual Route 2. These green dots are unoccupied mansions. As far as I know, this area is quite good. It's a Grade C cave mansion. You may wish to choose here, Junior Brother, Zhu Qingshan explained, pointing to an area on the scroll with a river. This place is near the mountains and waters. There are quite a few untapped spirit fields nearby. I heard from Shen Yuxiang that you can cultivate spiritual plants, so this place is quite suitable for you. Han Yi had not expected Senior Brother Zhu to be so thoughtful, or for Senior Sister to considerately relay his requirements. What else could he say but nod in agreement? All right. If you insist, then let it be so. Understood, Junior Brother. If you feel it's suitable, give me your identity jade plate, and I will secure it immediately. Han Yi handed over his new jade plate. Zhu Qingshan used it to point at the scroll, and the selected area quickly turned red. Zhu Qingshan then returned the jade plate to Han Yi. All right, Junior Brother, you can locate this place with your jade plate. I still have things to do, so I won't accompany you over there. Thank you, Senior Brother. Han Yi respectfully thanked Zhu Qingshan with a fist and a bow. No need for thanks, you are quite the celebrity in the sect now. Shen Yuxiang brags about you daily, saying that your potential is limitless. In my opinion, you should prepare for your foundation establishment, as the Golden Cicada Secret Realm, which opens every 10 years, will start in 3 years. Understood, Han Yi nodded. After bidding Zhu Qingshan farewell, Han Yi hesitated no more and took off, flying on his sword with the candle flame technique. Overlooking the seemingly infinite forest with the spiritual fog parting on both sides, the ambition to achieve cloud-like grandeur developed in his heart. Now that he had become an inner sect disciple, it was another step forward for him on the path to immortality. He quickly arrived at an even richer spiritual key area, nestled amongst winding mountains, away from the hustle and bustle. The surrounding tranquil forest and peaceful garden seemed like a paradise. A misty lake was situated just below the cave mansion, its silver surface undisturbed. The spirit-gathering array here operated slowly, showing it couldn't compare to a natural cave mansion, but for him, it was already quite good. On the whole, Han Yi was quite satisfied with this place. For a long time to come, he would spend his days here. He looked at the surrounding untamed spirit fields, took out the pre-purchased spirit seeds, and began to cultivate the second generation of seeds. More than a year after becoming an inner disciple, the life of cultivation had not changed much. Han Yi's life was tranquil, but he was very content. Shen Yuxiang approved Tushan Kingless' petition for title within a month. It meant the little fox could freely roam in the sect without worry. Besides, whenever he had time, he would arrange to practice swordsmanship with Chu Shanyu. The progress of sword art mastery steadily increased. The gains from countless attribute points had drastically improved his swordsmanship. He can now easily form a sword gang, and faintly sense the threshold of sword intent. His rapid progress baffled Chu Shanyu. However, she didn't have time every day. Unlike Han Yi, who always stayed at home, she would go out a couple times every month for leisure. Whenever Chu Shanyu wasn't around, Han Yi would go to different main peaks to pick up attributes. The first was naturally related to spiritual plants. Master of wood planting alone could no longer meet his needs. So he watched Bihu Peak disciples study plant cultivation over 3 months, under the guise of acquiring ingredients for Yangshan Peak alchemy disciples. The result was excellent. The attribute advanced to levels turning into a purple attribute. Master of wood planting purple, your knowledge of wood plants is incredibly profound, greatly accelerating the maturity of any spiritual plant. At the same time, he gained a new attribute related to spiritual plants. Mutated Spirit Seed Blue, the fruits of cultivated plants are of higher quality, and there are more of them. On the pretext of selling spiritual medicines at Bihu Peak, he went to Yangshan Peak again to sell a large quantity of spiritual medicines he cultivated, earning spirit stones. His monthly earnings had exceeded 10,000. Han Yi, as a supplier of spiritual medicines and a versatile alchemy master, was active between the two main peaks, picking up attributes and easily breaking into purple with his superb alchemy skills. Alchemy Master Purple, an extraordinary and enlightened understanding of alchemical techniques. Capable of effortlessly producing elixirs of perfect quality, significantly reducing the toxicity of the elixirs. Very good, very good. I've now acquired 4 different spiritual roots for cultivation. It is finally time for transformation. One day, Han Yi examined his panel, felt the changes in his spiritual roots, and couldn't help but feel a sense of gratification. At present, the gold spiritual root has reached extreme purity. In addition to this, there's Chu Jianyu's sunflower water spirit root. Within the sect, as long as one can find a corresponding apprentice, a bout of sparring will allow them to obtain the other's spiritual root attribute. The realm of every attribute's spiritual root will reach its peak, a limit. What lies above the mutant spiritual root following the single spiritual root? Han Yi watched as his purple thunder spiritual root underwent transformation, bursting out strands of orange light. Radiant Sun spiritual root orange, super spiritual root composed of 4 pure spiritual roots. Possesses an extremely yang body, cultivation speed is 100 times that of mutant spiritual roots. A hint of surprise flashed in Han Yi's eyes. He didn't expect that above the mutant spiritual root, there'd be a super spiritual root. This super spiritual root is formed of 4 of the 5 elements. And its speed of cultivation is even more terrifying than that of a thunder spiritual root. Han Yi couldn't help but wonder, Radiant Sun spiritual root corresponds to an extremely yang body. Could it be that there's also an extremely yin body with a moon spiritual root? Since the innate sunflower water spirit root is a once-in-a-century occurrence, wouldn't the sun spiritual root he's transforming into now be a once-in-5 centuries or once-in-8 centuries phenomenon? Thinking of this, Han Yi shook his head with a smile. How many years it occurs within is just a rating given by later generations. One should not pay too much heed to it. It was a crisp early morning. Inside his cave mansion, the spiritual qi was dense, and the forest was filled with a hazy fairy fog. With a sudden zest for cultivation, Han Yi rose lazily, stretched his body, and unexpectedly threw out his palms akin to thunderbolts. Bang, bang, bang. Where his palms reached, sounds akin to thunderclaps echoed intermittently. A large tree 40 meters away was directly pulverized by his palm thunder. Following this, his figure leapt unceasingly, his feet rising with the Azure Water Gang Qi, carrying him into flight. As if entering uncharted territory, he resembled a wild goose. With the final palm strike, a flash of lightning startled everyone within tens of meters. The lake's surface 100 meters away suddenly exploded, raising gigantic waves of a dozen meters before crashing down heavily again. The power was truly awe-inspiring. Good! In 1 year's time, I've basically mastered all of the 3,000 Thunder Seals. Han Yi was gently circulating his true qi, whilst green-purple lightning flourished in his hands, giving the illusion of a venomous snake's hissing. Accompanied by a raging firelight under his feet, it soared him into the sky. The ferocious Fire Gang Qi is also greatly accomplished. However, for me, the mountain-shaking 5 Elements Gang still has much room for improvement. Just as Han Yi was about to land, he formed seals with his fingers. The true qi brought along the long wood gang qi, and thick tree branches drilled out from the ground to catch Han Yi. He landed steadily. Mountain-shaking 5 Elements Gang was already mastered by him with admirable proficiency. It's time to give the foundation establishment a shot. Han Yi was feeling the tension in his robust arms, his eyes emanating a sharp gleam. At that moment, an immortal crane flew over his cave mansion, with an apprentice clad in blue robes resonating. Brother Han Yi, the triennial sect entry examination has begun. The elder asks you to maintain the order. The payment will be according to the test points. Han Yi was momentarily stunned at his words. Triennial sect entry examination, it's been that long, huh?